Hey everyone, Brian Zane here. I just got done watching the much hyped, much ballyhooed final deletion, the match between Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero, Jeff Hardy, that just aired on Tuesday night's Impact. Wow. That's the best thing I could say in response to that match. I don't think my response is going to be as animated or as manic as, say, Max Landis's or Grado's, from what I saw in the hype leading up to this. I'm still trying to process it all. I mean, from beginning to end, it held your interest. And if you're someone who's like a casual fan who watched in the late 90s and knew who the Hardys were then, and you've been totally just out of it for the last 15 years and you're back into it now, you have no idea what's happening. Like why these two are fighting or why Matt Hardy is talking in a hodgepodge of different accents. But it's just, you don't have to know it because the story they're telling is just like so engaging and it keeps you interested. You can't help but watch. It's amazing stuff. It's so refreshing in today's age of, like, when you think what WWE is doing now, how overly scripted and just like homogenized everything is, like, to a standard for them. And Impact to a degree is that way as well, but the difference is they allow these guys to have this ultimate creative freedom. And that to me is the most refreshing thing. When you have two guys who are stars on the level of the Hardy Boys, who are world renowned and everyone knows who they are. Everyone who's been a wrestling fan for the last 15, 20 years knows who these guys are. And they're able to do this big, weird storyline, and have it culminate in this match, this 17 minutes and 50 seconds of action that got so much hype and so much build toward it. You wondered if it was going to match the hype, because if you've seen the preview videos of like the trailer itself, and then like all the reactions of the people who got advanced screenings of it, and you watch their reactions, like Disco Inferno and Grado and Max Landis and Ryan Satin, all these people who are just like in awe over it. Like, am I going to have that reaction? Like, it's me personally, like I said, I don't think my reaction matched theirs. In a way that kind of ruined it for me, like seeing the hype of that. Still a great video. I'm trying to talk about this match without spoiling too much or doing too much of a blow-by-blow account, because you really need to see this match in order to truly appreciate it. Now, I'm not totally up to code or up to snuff on the storyline itself. And obviously, it's the Hardys fighting. You don't need much more backstory than that. But all the stuff they've been doing the previous months. I saw the contract signing video that went viral with Matt Hardy playing the piano and then him awkwardly getting out of the ring, and I saw that, and I saw this, and thanks to the people at Reddit Squared Circle, I was able to get some more background, like what this feud is all about and what led to things like this, and what led to this in the first place, and so I have a little bit of background, and so watching the match itself was just it was a trip. Like I said, it kept me engaged, and it's so rare now to see something like this, to see something as produced as this. Like I said, the in-ring action was, it's like it wasn't that great, but it's like everything around it was just so insane, like the acting and the stunts and the cinematography and the special effects involved. I think what they're doing is very unique. It's nothing like I've ever seen as far as like I said, an established brand in the Hardys and them just kind of taking their own, having their own ultimate creative freedom over it for this storyline, which is part of a much larger show. So it's crazy that they've been able to do this. And I hope that helps set a standard for future storytelling, not just for Impact, not just for WWE, but for any wrestler out there. Any wrestler. Now, of course, they had a budget. They had a budget and they had equipment. And, if you have that, that's great. That really helps. But I hope that this gives wrestlers out there, big and small, no matter where they are in the spectrum, I hope it gives them the motivation and the inspiration to think, I can do this too. Like, I can make stories. I can tell stories beyond just simple good and evil in the ring fighting stuff, Was this the greatest segment of all time? I would certainly rank it up there in terms of the most unique and the most intriguing and the most engaging. I was left wanting more when the thing was over and the final fall was decided. I was like, is that it? Is there not more? I want this to be topped. I want them to do more. This might be the last match between these two guys, but I want them to do more. I wanted that video to go on. I wanted more twists. I wanted more crazy stuff, you know. I'm not one of those people who thinks that, you know, wrestling has to be a certain old school way. I think that you can have fun and you can do crazy stuff like this. I'm not saying it all has to be like this. I'm not saying it all should be like this. I think that there needs to be some checks and balances. I think there needs to be a balance to it. I think you can have the crazy, overproduced that, but you also have to have some more regular stuff, because otherwise you burn out on the crazy stuff. You can't have it be all crazy stuff, but this was good. This was entertaining. But it was a really fun video to watch. It was a really fun 17 minutes and 50 seconds. I don't regret having watched it. I don't want that time back. The Hardys can have it. They've earned that time for me. So kudos to the Hardys and kudos to Impact for giving them the permission and the freedom to do that. You know, we talk a lot about Impact in negative ways. That's kind of been the thing to do these days is knock on Impact. But I think it boils down to issues with the management stuff and the people up top, not to do with the in-ring stuff. The in-ring stuff, I think, as good as it is, it gets overlooked by what people in management are doing. But I think that a segment like this can really help elevate the in-ring product and put more eyeballs on that and maybe deflect the attention away from all the financial issues and all the managerial issues with Impact Wrestling. So kudos to them on that. But let me know what you thought of the final deletion in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you like it, subscribe to Wrestling with Regret, and buy the t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.